Well, this is the Boker Kalashnikov 101 manual non-assisted opening blade. There is an automatic version of this knife, so I just think that's important to note because some websites just aren't really clear on the which is which, you know, when they have it in the descriptions, just aren't very good. So I just want to definitely point that out for you, so you just are careful with, you know, if you're out there looking to buy this knife, just, you know what you're buying. I picked this up on A.G. Russell's website for $68, I believe it was at the time, and there it is. 4-inch blade, just under 10 inches overall, 9 7/8 inches, I believe exactly, and closed length, I'm not sure. Just don't remember off the top of my head. 440C steel, made in Taiwan, 208 production number, I think that's what that was. There you see it, Automatic Kalashnikov 101. Again, this is not the automatic version. I don't know why it says automatic on there. I guess that's just part of the name. But you know what? I am excited about this knife. I think this is an awesome blade, especially for the value. And I've had it for maybe just over a month now or so, and I just think it's awesome. I mean, for $70, this is a nice piece of hardware, man. I mean, it's solid. You heard the lockup. The lockup is fantastic, really. There's your liner lock. It doesn't look like much, but it is a strong line. It is a strong lock, so you can rest assured. I mean, the first week I owned this knife, my thumb was getting sore from working that liner lock. So it's a nice lock. There it is. Let me show you some things with the handle here. I really like this handle. You've got a lot of things working for you, really, from texturing to notching on the front and back, finger ridges on both sides, and the finger grooves, of course. And then you've got just a nice ergonomic shape. I mean, if you look at how it, you know, just fits and, you know, contours to your hand. Now, it's not, you know, it doesn't fit your hand like a glove, but, you know, what are you going to expect for a knife of this value? It's just, I just think they made a good effort to make it as grippable as, you know, as possible, probably, you know. It is also a very big handle. I'll do a little comparison real quick here for you. Sorry, I gotta move things around. Here we go. Here I've got the Zero Tolerance 200, and so as you can see, this handle, this is a pretty large knife as well, but look at the handle sizes. The blades are about the same length. Zero Tolerance is just under 4 inches. But look at the handle sizes. That's a pretty significant difference. So, and then you can see the thicknesses of the blade. This actually looks like the Boker is going to be a little more carryable, I suppose. Even though 4 inches is pretty big for an EDC knife, I mean, as a tactical knife, it's good. It's got a lot of reach, you know, especially if you're going to choke down a little bit or however you decide to hold it. But anyways, just wanted to do that quick comparison there of the handles. So also I want to point out about the handle though, and you might notice this when you first receive this blade, is that the texturing and the notching aren't very good, really. You know, they're there at least, you know. They do a little, but again, it's really the overall handle. It's all those things working together that makes it a good handle. Plus, you got a little bit of a thumb ramp working along with that notching, so that's nice. And of course, the flipper turning into a little bit of a choil. Even though your finger could, you know, if you're not choking up all the way, your finger could, you know, will slip a little until it hits that. That would be a little painful, really, now that I think about it. Yeah, but there is, as you notice, some jimping on that flipper as well. So that's the handle, the butt of the handle. You've got that awesome little metal glass breaker stud. I dig that thing. That's awesome. And when you look at how much room you got on this handle, that's great because your hand's going to be safely out of the way if you ever got to put it to use. you know, in breaking a window, or well, you know, in an emergency situation, or you know, in a defensive role. So also the handle is fully stainless steel lined. You can just barely see it because since the plastic comes down over the lining, you can't really. You can kind of get a peek of it there. You can see it reflecting in the light. So that's gonna, although that'll add some weight, it'll also add some reinforcement to the, you know, that glass breaker. So that's nice. The clip, it's a great clip. It's strong. And look at that placement. I mean, this knife's going to be almost completely concealed in your pocket, assuming you've got pockets this big, of course, which most guys do, but most guys do. Most pants do. But anyways, yeah, it's a great clip. I mean, again, if you want a concealable knife, I mean, this is, you're only going to be getting a tiny little peek of that glass breaker, and I don't know, it might look like a top of a pen or something like that. I don't know. That's pretty cool. Nice clip placement. So, blade deployment, you've got the flipper and the disc, thumb disc. I just love that lockup. It's so solid. Very smooth, by the way, the blade deployment. A few little more details about the handle. You've got your lanyard hole, and just interesting design feature there, the little star. I don't know, kind of cool. And it just in tiny little letters around it, it says Kalashnikov. So, the blade, nice looking blade. Drop point with a very sharp edge on there. Came, I mean, just shaved the hairs right off my arm, right out of the box. Very nice. They did a great job with that. And it is actually quite a thick blade, and though you've got that kind of I don't know what you call that, but just the beveling or whatever over there. But it does kind of thicken. Well, it kind of flares out a little toward the tip. Not much, really, but I don't know. I'm not sure if that'll make it there. You can kind of see how it does that. So anyhow, interesting detail there. But overall, I mean, to me, it just seems like a very functional and just an attractive knife too. Nice, just a nice looking blade. It has a nice flow to it. Yeah, choke all the way up on the handle. And I think this would be great. I haven't tried it yet with you know, wearing gloves, but I think it would be great for, you know, if you do wear gloves for, you know, in the outdoors or whatever you're doing. I think this would be a very grippable handle for that kind of sort of situation, you know. Yeah. So there it is. I'm trying to think if I've left anything out here. I don't think so. But yeah, not really much to complain about this knife. I mean, aside from those two little details, you know, the texturing and the notching being a little subpar. Maybe, I don't know, with the blade shape, I mean, since it's got these interesting curves on it, it might be a little challenging to sharpen yourself, but I don't, not a real big deal. It's just that little part where it flares down a little. But yeah, that's about it. You know, it's 440C steel. I'm not really sure how good or bad that steel is. I think it's okay. And again, just for the value, I mean, to me, this is just a great value knife, and I'm just kind of surprised that more people don't talk about it, you know. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed that, and hope it helped you out a little. And yeah, thanks for watching. Boker Kalashnikov 101.